Hello, we're back with another Kitchen Cupboard Heroes. I hope you're all well. We are going to do today a pork with mushrooms and rice. It sounds simple, it's simple. A few little tips and tricks which will make this dish taste nice, so I hope you enjoy. Today joined by the beautiful Sienna. Say hello, Sienna.
Hello.
So Sienna's my daughter, for those who don't know, and she will be helping me today with today's dish. So we'll crack on. So, pork fillet. Again, we've done a dish before with this, so if you're a regular watcher, you've probably seen this one before. The pork fillet bit, that is. So we're just going to use a pork fillet from Tesco's, and as you can see, that's nice and cheap, £2.90. You'd probably get about 4 portions out of that. Okay. We're a big family, so we'll be using 2. So how do you prepare your pork fillet? So it comes like this. It always has this piece of silver skin, as we call it, or sinew, connective tissue, whatever you want to call it, on the fillet itself. So just get a nice sharp knife, just slightly go under, backwards and forwards, sawing motion, and take that sinew off. So just start it off, and then get a grip of it and pull it away from you. Okay, so I'm just going to do this round this time. Sorry if you can't see, but so I started it off, I pulled it up, and as I lift it up, you get quite a good grip of that one. Try and get it. As I pull it up, I just move my knife backwards and forwards and remove that connective tissue. If you have to go at it 3 or 4 times, so be it. No one's judging us. So we'll take that connective tissue, throw it in a stock pot, or you just throw it in the bin, whichever you want. So we've done one there, we're going to do another one. Take that connective tissue away. Every single one will be different, because obviously every animal's different, as with every human being. So just go under there and trim that off best we can. If you find your own way of doing it, probably be easier than my way, I don't know. But that's what you want to do. You want to take that off. Try not to take too much meat off as well. Okay, so then you're left with your fillet. So if you think of pork fillet the same way as you would do beef fillet, lamb fillet, or any other type of animal fillet, it is a cannon basically of meat. So that's the tail end and that's the top end. Okay, so in the middle obviously is the most tenderest part. So a lot of places will cut that off and they'll strip it up and they use it in stir fries. So you buy packs of stir fried pork, that's normally what it is. And then the rest of it, they normally cut it into medallions, which is taking the fattest part of the fillet, cutting it like that. If you trim the chain part off, which is that bit, you end up with like a medallion. So you can batter them out, or you can just pan fry them like that. So they're nice. We're just going to cut it all up into strips, so we're not going to be too fussy. A nice chopping knife, or butcher's knife, whichever you prefer. And cut across, don't cut it that way. Do not cut it that way, because you've got a grain, and with any meat, it always has a grain, so the grain runs through any cut. So whether it be a loin, a sirloin, a pork chop, it has a grain going through. This is the right way and wrong way to do it. So if you cut it that way, it's tougher, it's stringier, harder on the teeth to chew. Still be nice, but we want it to be nice and tender. So we cut through across the grain. Okay? So the grain runs from top to tail. Think about it that way. And if it's a sirloin, it'll run across. If you're buying a big piece of sirloin. Same with any type of joint of meat, whether it be top side, rump, anything like that. It always has a grain running through it. If you cut against the grain, it'll always be chewier. So if you always think, oh hang on a minute, I bought a nice piece of Scottish beef, or a nice bit of outdoor reared pork, and it was tough, it's normally the person that's cooked it as opposed to the beast itself. So If you're not sure, go to your butchers. Skip your supermarkets, go to your butchers, and they will give you as much advice or do any preparation. If you tell them what you're making with it, they'll do it here. You know, people like Vodden's down the street, you know, family butchers. You've got the guys up in Emsworth as well, been doing it for God knows how many decades. And if you're not from the area and you're watching from overseas, just support your local butcher. I know we've got quite a few guys from Canada and America that tune in and watch this, so I'm going to cut across that one into chunks. While I'm doing this, I've got Sienna chopping me some beautiful chestnut mushrooms, and she's doing it so beautifully. Right, Sienna. But you need to put some in that bowl, don't you? Why is that? Because there won't be mushroom on there. Never gets tired of that joke, do you? Right, anyway, jokes aside, and as we move on, just cutting this pork fillet up. And you can feel it when you're cutting it, it's nice and tender. If you'd gone the other way, it would have been a bit tougher to cook. You can feel it, you can put your thumb straight through there if you pressed hard enough. It's beautiful and tender. As fillet should be, any fillet you use. It's the prime cut of any beast. So, whether it be pig, pork or lamb. Pig, pork or lamb. Pork, beef or lamb is what I meant to say. Going well, aren't we? Anyway, so we've got our pork chopped up now nicely. Now, what I like to do is I like to coat my meat in flour. Now, if you've got obviously a gluten allergy, use gluten-free flour. But since lockdown, I've found this product, and I mentioned it yesterday on our page, and it's rye wholemeal flour. It's changed my life. It's simple as that. It's brilliant. I love it. I mean, I've only ever used it to make bread with, but I've made all sorts with it, and it's just changed everything for me. So Yorkshire puddings, the lot, everything. Roast potatoes, I cook my potatoes in it before I roast them. Adds like a nutty crust. It's amazing. So I'm going to go in the bowl with a good cupful of this rye flour, which is brilliant. It's organic as well. Now, this was on the shelf in Tesco's because they didn't have any other flour. I'm playing that one. So, people don't know what they're buying, obviously. Nor did I. So in there with the pork. And I love this Old Bay seasoning, and I have mentioned it before. I know a lot of people in America will be like, ooh, but I like it. It's good with meat, it's good with fish, it's good in salads, vegetables. I use it as a seasoning. There's all sorts in there. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can get it from Macro, you can get it from Amazon. So I'd sprinkle that in there like I would do salt and pepper. And I literally just jiggle that around and break up the pieces of meat. They're not stuck together. And what this does, one, it stops the meat sticking together. And two, it creates like a nice crispy coating. Similar to the same way you do like a chili beef or something like that. Or you could do like a chili chicken, chili pork this way. So you just literally drop that into the fryer or into hot oil and it'll crisp it up. And then just put like a chili sauce on it. But what we're going to do obviously is just crisp it up nicely for this particular dish. So we've got our old faithful frying pan here. We get her on, get her nice and hot, get her really smoking well. So other ingredients we've got, so I'll take my gloves off now because I've finished messing around with raw meat. Don't have to wear gloves, just wash your hands. I've got some onion, I've got some minced smoked garlic, and like I said to you before, barbecue season. When you finish your barbecue and it's just starting to cool down, get a bulb of garlic in there, or as many bulbs of garlic in there because it keeps for ages and it smokes it, it's beautiful. So this is a a pureed version of that. Today I'm going to use some Castello blue cheese. You could put any cheese in there, you could leave the cheese out if you wanted to. But I'm going to go with some blue cheese today, make it nice and tasty. I've got some white wine, some cheap white wine, and Sienna's got obviously the chestnut mushrooms over there. And then we're going to serve this with rice today. So a lot of people, that's chestnut mushroom. Show them, Sienna. Beautiful, tasty chestnut mushrooms, we love them. Very, very cheap as well. So we've got our rice here. So we've just got a normal long grain rice. There's enough there for about 8. So the way I do it is I just get like a beaker, just a beaker like that, and I just put half per portion in. And so in my water, and I've spoken to a few people who also do this, I put a stock pot in there. So you can use the little North stock pots, like so, or the other makes are also available. You could just put a spoonful of the bouillon paste in there, powder, whatever you wanted. And I think it just adds a nice little bit of flavour to your rice, because obviously it absorbs anything that you put in there. So if you were to put turmeric in there, make it nice yellow colour. Turmeric's very trendy at the minute. That'd give it a nice flavour and also medicinal purposes as well. I'm putting a chicken stock pot in mine. I'll give it a nice chicken base. We put vegetable stock in there. So if the vegetarian version of this would be obviously take the pork out, and you could just do it with the chestnut mushrooms and the onions as well. Okay. Use a vegetable stock pot instead of a chicken stock pot. So go in there with my rice. So you want just enough water to cover your rice. Bring that to the boil. Keep an eye on that for me, Sienna. Starts boiling, let me know. So back now, our pan's got lovely and hot, smoking beautifully. That's what you need. So in here I've got some nice flavoured oil. I've got a garlic oil in there. And then I'm going to go in. I'll just get some tongs, darling. Oops, sorry. Thank you. I'm just going to shake off that excess flour. And in there straight away. And as soon as that goes in there, it's sizzling, it's crisping, it's getting a beautiful coat on that meat. You could do this with chicken, you could do this with pork, you could do it with frying steak. If it were a frying steak, I'd cook it for a little bit longer, make it a little bit more tender. But if you're using like a fillet steak, then you need slapping really, because it's too good to be using in a dish like this. But if it starts to burn like it is round there, get some more oil in the pan than the outside there. And that lovely rye flour creates like a crisp coating. I did roast potatoes in it yesterday for my Sunday dinner and they were absolutely fantastic. I made Yorkshire pudding with it as well, also really, really good. So I'm converted. I'm buying shares in organic rye flour now. So get that going, get it nice and sealed, get it on the way. Sienna's coming on lovely with them chestnut mushrooms. These, obviously, I don't know if you can see on the camera, they're just starting to turn slightly, so not a problem at all. Just starting to go, that's fine. Still use them. At the end of the day, they're a mushroom, so they're a fungus. There. Real fungi. Sorry, the mushroom jokes just keep coming. So in lockdown, Sienna drove Sienna slightly crazy with my food jokes and bits and bobs like that. But she's pulling through nicely, aren't you, Sienna? You're recovering nicely from my bad dad jokes. And so our rice is coming to the boil now. Done your mushrooms, right? Yeah. Thank you. We've got mushroom there though, isn't there? Sorry. Put it again, Emma?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh well. We'll get criticised for it online, I'm sure. Child abuse. So yeah, I thought getting that beautiful caramelisation going on, that crispiness, we got all that flavour being released into the pan. So if you can think of like your sort of your Chinese style crispy pork fillets and stuff like that, that's what it's looking like right now in this pan. So get that going. Nice easy one pot dish for you as well, apart from the rice pan. So in with the onions. If you need to add any more oil to this, guys, just go ahead and do it. I'm alright at the minute in here. And I'll get some moisture released from them onions as well. And just remember, you're going to get moisture released from mushrooms, because a large percentage of mushroom is water. So, just want to start to get some caramelisation on them onions. You don't need to cook them, because they'll carry on cooking through the process. And give it a shake around. And then we're going to go in with the garlic. Always handy to have your garlic done. You're not messing around. Thanks, Mo. Is that you done now, is it? You're leaving me?
Washing my hands.
You're washing your hands, alright.
I'm washing
You have to wash your face and all. Fry that garlic off. Don't want to do it too much because it'll burn. Okay guys, so burnt garlic is bitter, it tastes nasty, it's horrible. So we're going to go in next with the mushrooms and then release some fluid from them, which will be brilliant. You can use your tails for stock pot soup, whatever you want to use. Try them off, add them into your soup if you've got some tin soup. So yes, that's all frying off nicely. Our rice is cooking, so just keep going over. Stir in your pan. Make sure it's not sticking to the bottom. Hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in. So the mushrooms now, they're just starting to break down. I like mine to still be a little bit al dente, a little bit raw at this process, because we're going to carry on cooking in a minute. And I don't like sluggy mushrooms, if I'm honest. That's such a thing. So now we've got all that lovely flavour in there, we're going to go in with some white wine. Completely optional. If you don't go in with white wine, make up a little bit of stock. So I'm going in there about a quarter of white wine. No science to it. You just literally want to cover about that much of the bottom of the pan in wine. Okay. So what this does is any excess flour that's on that meat now will start to break down and go into the wine and start to make like a roux, which is like a thickening agent. Cover your mouth. And now we're going to go in with some water. This beautiful Castello blue cheese. You could use any cheese. This is like semi-soft, so I'll just break down and melt nicely. You could go with like a nice cheddar, an Edam, kind of an Edam I suppose. You could put brie in here. Soft cheese if you wanted to. If you want to be a bit, but to be fair, there's really no point because you won't taste it. There's a lot of big flavours in here. Or you can just leave it out. So next, go and check that rice. I'm going to go in with another no stock pot, so you can make a little bit of bouillon up, a little paste, things. And with one of them and a splash of water. Just to loosen that up a little bit. And just want that cheese to start to break down and get involved. So obviously the stronger the cheese, stronger the taste, stronger the flavour. If you've got kids or adults even that don't like strong tasting cheeses, just go ahead and put cheddar in there, or a really like a #1 blue, so that'd be like a Tesco blue, their own sort of brand or something like that. You want #2 or #3 or something like that, if you want to taste it properly. We've gone straight in with a #6, just be interested, and I can smell it. So that's now ready for whatever you choose to be now. If you're a Slimming World sort of person, going there with a can of coconut milk. I'm obviously, you know, a bit of a salad dodger, so I'm going to go in there with some cream. Put some in Yorkshire. Oop. Splash of cream. So you can put like half a tin, a full tin of coconut milk in there, or both. I'm going to bring that down now. So what that means is I'm going to turn it down to #1. So a low heat on the stove. And just let all that cheese and that cream and everything else become friends in the pan. I'm going to give that a few moments. Like that. It's like them becoming friends. Keep checking our rice. Almost there. Obviously a smaller amount would be ready by now because there's quite a lot of rice in there. It's going to be a few minutes more. So we're going to go in and check for seasoning. Always taste your food, guys, it's really important. We'll just have a little bit more salt in there. It's quite salty, the cheese. So depending on what cheese you use, depends how much salt you need to put in. And I'm going to go in with some a wheel of it. So at this point now, if you've got anything kicking around, like some spinach, which I've got in my fridge, you can throw some spinach in there. Or a bit of cabbage left over from Sunday lunch, so I'm going to throw some spinach in there. It has been washed, don't worry. I'm just going to fold that in. Again, completely optional. You can put what you want in here at this point. So cabbage works well, you know, chiffonade cut really thin. So like a spring cabbage. Savoy cabbage cut really fine. You could put kale in here, or you could just leave it, to be honest. So we're going to let that wilt down in there while I sort this rice out. Put the lid on if you can. The steam helps wilt it down. So my rice is ready. Is it ready? We'll get a little bit of a grain of rice. Almost there. Another 30 seconds. I'm going to fold this up. Get that all wilting down lovely. So we're getting the greens in there. You can put peas in here. Peas is another one that works. Garden peas, just, you know, give them a few minutes in the microwave if they're frozen, or just leave them out to defrost. Or you just put them in here frozen and just give yourself more cooking time. Completely up to you. So it just adds a bit of texture, and also you're getting greens in for your kids as well, so part of their one a day, innit? So I know it's supposed to be 5 for anyone pulls me up on it. So yeah, mix that in. We've got that beautiful rye flour coated pork. We've got chestnut mushrooms, we've got a white wine, we've got a stock. If you choose to go down the coconut, excuse me, bum. If you choose to go down the coconut milk route, you can. So I'm just going to get some of our rice, drain it well. Obviously I'll put this in the colander, but for the purpose of you guys online, I'm just going to do one up quickly. Look at that. Fantastic. And you don't need much, because rice is quite filling. And there you go. So that's my pork with mushrooms and rice. Hope you enjoy it. Give it a go. Let me know how you think of the recipe. If you can get hold of some of that rye flour, do so. I will be back with you shortly with some more videos. Stay safe, stay at home, look after yourselves. Bye from Sienna, bye from me. See you later, bye bye.